Hello, all my water signs. Welcome to your weekly card reading. And I brought a little bit of water to represent the water signs with all our emotional, just liquidity. And I am in Sun Aquarius, so that's why you have the Aquarius sun on here. But it's also water, right? The water bearers as we carry our emotions. But I'm going to go ahead and put the water over here so it's present with us. And so this reading is for, all you water signs out there, your Cancers, Scorpios, and Pisces. And if you have it, whether it's your sun, your moon, your rising, or anywhere in your chart, I have it, even though I'm a sun Aquarius, have a ton of water, and I'm like my moon is in Pisces and my Venus is in Pisces. A couple other planets, it's just wonderful, wonderful emotions. We love diving down into the subconscious. We love, emotional times like this with a super moon tomorrow is bringing, it's okay. We're used to swimming in water. Hurricanes come, but they don't bother the fish that are deep down in the ocean. They just look up and go, is there something going on up there? Because we're down deep in the surface, swimming in the emotion. So that's our habitat. We're okay with it. We've learned, we dealt with the overwhelming feelings when we were younger, and when you have all that water within you, it does make you feel so out of control and flooded with everyone else's emotions, because usually you have a lot of intuition and a lot of empathy, kind of gifts when you have a lot of water in your chart, especially sun sign, moon sign. So we'll go ahead and jump in and see what energies we have going on for this coming week. And I'm going to start off by pulling a card here from the Angel Guide deck. I was guided to this deck. And as always, we just want to start off by welcoming the Creator. We thank you so much for your unconditional love. We're so grateful, and we welcome you here with us. And then also all of our angels, our guardian angels, our spirit guides, all our ancestors and loved ones who've gone to the other side, and any other magical spirit beings of unconditional love that want to help bring messages of love. We welcome you and thank you for being here. All right. So for water signs, what do we have in store for this next week? The super full moon is supercharging us, so whatever emotions that we're focusing on is what's going to be amplified, superfied, especially. All right. Okay, what would you like water signs to know for next week, please? Sacred plan. I love this for us because, no matter what's going on, we can just know that there's this flow. Being water signs, we understand the flow of the river, and that, I like that phrase that says, your feet never touch the same water in a river, twice, because it's always flowing. There's always new energy, new flow of new emotions, new situations coming through our lives, new people coming in and out of our lives. There's just this wonderful flow of life. And next week is just one of those flows where we really realize so much has been changing in our lives. I mean, obviously, over this last year or so, it's been major fluctuations and floods of emotions and stuff going on, all over the world, but especially in, your water sign life. And but just know that there's a sacred plan, that everything that is unfolding, everything that has been changing has a reason behind it. And there's a higher reason. And sometimes, we don't see the reasons why. We don't know. We may not ever know in this lifetime, but I know, having channeled people that have already gone home to their side, they're like, you know what? the moment you leave your body, you immediately connect to your higher self, and you just get flooded with all this information and knowledge of why things happened, why things were designed the way they were, why we made the choices we did, why other people made the choices they did. And we understand the huge, bigger plan. We didn't know, oh, that was my part in that. Oh, this is why that happened in my life. We just see that bigger picture. I also want to read from Kyle's book here, because I love what he says in a lot of places in this book. So it says, this card doesn't represent the plan that God has for your life, or the plan that comes to fruition based on your intentions and your highest good. So this is a dual message for you, because they definitely wanted you to know about, the plan of everything unfolding for a purpose, but they also want to emphasize your part in co-creating your life, because you've been given the incredible gift of free will, and therefore your thoughts, your deeds, your actions, and intentions are in some way going out into the universe and curating the experiences, opportunities, and energies that are flowing in and out of your life. When this card appears, you're being encouraged to move into a state of surrender. When you recognize that, yes, your intentions have an impact on the creation of your life, but how those intentions unfold is not down to you, but in the hands of God. The divine plan is your intentions unfolding in a way that God, the universe, feels is for your growth and highest good. Know that every experience you've been through in your life has been a way maker on your journey towards growth and expansion. I'm sorry, not a way maker, it's a way marker. So know that every experience you've been through in your life has been a way marker on your journey towards growth and expansion. And your angels are acknowledging your growth. The extended message says, if you're trying to force a plan into action, the angelic guidance is to back down and trust in the greater good. Often when something isn't happening for us, we're frustrated, but that's only because we don't see our perfect plan is unfolding. When your ideas or plans go wrong, trust that the universe has a greater plan for you, and that greater plan isn't something that has already been chosen for you. It's more of a culmination of all of your life's intentions, prayers, and actions washing back towards you with opportunities and experiences. Call on your angels to light up the path ahead. You may feel that you're facing the unknown, but know that you're always guided and protected. And I love that. I know one of the challenging things when you look outside of spirituality and you get so many different messages of, is it destiny or is it free will? And when I asked the Creator, I go, I'm so confused, because I hear one or the other, and the message I got was both. And I was like, what? Explain, please, And he's like, yeah, look at it like life is like a giant improv play. Improv is where there's not an exact script. They basically have themes. It's going to be these type of people in this type of situation. And this is the catalyst of what's going to go on in that moment, and go. And then everyone gets to react and make free will changes and, decide how they're going to interpret that and impact and respond and react, or, whatever it may be. And that's what our life is. We have these major events and major things that we wanted to happen in our life to experience things. But we are the ones that have the free will to decide what it means for us and what we do with it. So, we have, a far left path we can go, or a far right path we can go, in this middle, or this one, or this one. We have all this little ways that we can go in response to that situation, and it's totally up to us. And like you mentioned in his book, it's a culmination. So we can choose a lower vibrations type of responses or higher vibrations of love responses, and that's going to, all add together in our life to see what it ends up being for us. And there's no grade, we're all here for experience. So, it's like going to a pottery class and you're just learning to do pottery. It's not a grade. They're not like, oh my God, you failed. It's all about the process of learning the clay, expressing your creativity, expressing who you are. And there's no wrong expression, of those, whatever you do with that clay pottery stuff, if that makes sense. All right. Next, I'm going to pull a card here. This is from the Soul Truth Self-Awareness card deck. And it was drawn to pull from this too, because a lot of water signs, you get to know yourself in a different way than other signs do. And each has a unique, wonderful way, and that's why we chose to jump into life when we did at that specific time, that specific place, to those specific parents and family and nation and, time of day. All that comes into what ingredients were being put into your body to determine this character that you're playing. So I love that, this self-awareness is just going to give us some guidance on what else we can look at this week, or clarification, additional message for. Okay. And this is, of course, for all the water signs. Okay, so it looks like we're going to get 2 there. And if I didn't mention, of course, all the water signs are Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. So if I didn't mention that before, I do apologize. I'm sure you already knew anyway, because it's in the description of the video. So this says, do I surround myself with people who lift me up? So the people with whom we surround ourselves determine who we become. Does your tribe fill you up? Do they inspire you? Do they believe in you? Do they help you step into your greatest potential? And the soul action is say, make a desire list of the type of people with whom you wish to surround yourself, and clarify if there is anyone in your life who no longer serves you. Can you love them from a distance? And I kind of feel like, I'm going to put this back around here, is we do draw the people into our life who are going to be our mirrors for us. And as we were talking about here too, the type of decisions we make can, is what fluctuates in our life. It impacts our sacred plan and our path. So if you do feel that your life isn't going where you want it to go, like it mentions, put a little desire list of what you want in your life and what type of people you want to be around. And you can make that decision to, you don't necessarily have to leave someone's life, but you can just stop trying so hard and just let it drift, and you don't have to feel you need to fulfill their life and to do everything they want you to do. If you feel like you're being manipulated to do things because you're fearing, the repercussions of it all, they get to choose how they respond to everything, just like you get to choose how you respond to everything. And if you're trying to make someone happy, that is out of your control. The only person that you can make happy is you, because that's your choice, right? I choose to be happy for no reason at all, because then no one can take it away. And everyone can make that choice. I can choose to be happy in a moment. And like I said, so can everyone else. And then the other one is, what am I waiting for? Someone else to do it for me? And this says, are you waiting on someone else before you can take the big leap? What if you were to take life into your hands and forge your own unique path? Put your heart into action and ask yourself, what risk can you take to move towards your dreams? Make a decision and do it. No more waiting for others. Do it scared. Take the leap. And then the soul action is no more thinking, only doing. Be brave and you will discover what you are really made out of. It says, wild soul, strong heart, can't lose. So I love that because it talks about the path too and taking, your own actions. And if you don't know what actions to take, I always just love that the Creator, the sacred plan, the Creator is always there for us, and all of the messengers that He sends us, whether it's angels, spirit guides, loved ones on the other side, loved ones here, you're going to get messages from all over the place, but they won't mess with our free will, like it said in this card, because that is our gift, that is our power, our power of choice. But that doesn't mean that we can't ask them for guidance and assistance, because they have that higher point of view. So just ask. If you're like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Well, if you don't know what you're supposed to do, one, it means that you don't have all the information you need to make a decision. Otherwise, you'd be making a decision. Number two is you could be scared, like it said, of failing. And so you are like hesitating on the edge of the high diving board. And it's like there's just water down below. So just dive, you'll be fine. In either case, you'll make it through it or you won't. In either case, you'll be fine. But you can also, if you don't know all the answers, ask the Creator to say, hey, I know you're the big kahuna, you understand everything, and you have my highest experience in mind, and I know you love me unconditionally, so can you give me some signs, some information, help me, make the decision? And sometimes the answer is no, and that's good, because, like the country song says, I thank God for unanswered prayers. One of the lines in the song is, he was so upset that he didn't end up with the woman, or person that he wanted to be with, and he found out later, came across them, and he was like, wow, the type of person they were and how they were treating, their husband and all that other stuff. They're just like, that would have been me, and so thank you for sparing me from that. You had my back, All right. And then I'm going to pull some cards here from the Light Seers Tarot just to get us some additional information and clarification for next week. See what else the Creator would like us to know. I know we've got the full moon, so we know we've got our emotions going on, and it's with everything extreme, we can take a look at how we're feeling, and we can also focus in and get clarity around things, right? All right, what else would you like us to know, the water signs, please, for next week? What else would you like us to know? Okay. King of Pentacles. I love this because the King of Pentacles is just so grounded. It's someone that has their life together. They've gone through, the journey. They've gone through, the relationship, understanding relationships and understanding themselves. They've gone through understanding what career and where money fits in life, and, friends, the unconditionally loving friend that's always there. But I also love about the Pentacles is that the four bottom points of the Pentacle are all the four elements, but the top one is spirit, and so it always is that you can even see the magic, flowing down here, is that spirit is the one that, actually is the most important, and it's what runs and rolls over the earth. And because the King of Pentacles realized that and focused on spirit, that's what brought in, this grounding, that brought in this ability to be at peace with what's going on. And so this is a good message for water signs, because we do get a bit out of caught up in the wave of emotions, I guess is a good way to say it. And so, when it hits that beach, when it hits that earth, it helps, the wave spread out, and calms down as the tide moves back, into the ocean. So I really feel it's just a great time this week just to focus on grounding ourselves too with all that emotion that's going on. And it's a good time for reflection once we're in that balanced state where we can just take a step back and look at things from that higher perspective, that higher plan that's out there. The Five of Wands. This is a great card because, it's like, who are you? Which one is you on here? Are you the one that is moving up, to take the initiative to the next level? Are you leveling up to a new awareness, a new point in your life? Or were you someone that knocked someone down, stepped over people, to get up where you're at? Or are you down here and you're looking to these other people, watching them, observing them, going, okay, how are they getting up there, and how are they, proceeding? What are the steps that they're taking? And just taking information and learning and growing from all of them, not looking at them as enemies or someone that you have to be competitive with and compete with, but looking at them as a resource, looking at them as a support, knowing that we're all on that path. This is like the sacred path, right? We're all headed in that direction, wanting to get to that higher fire, which for this, the wands, represents that the spark within you, the magic within you. And I look at it, for wands for me represents spirit, represents the spirit part of our being, and that's what we're headed toward, is to connect with our higher self. So I love that. Yep. Oh no! Boom, boom, boom! Death and rebirth. But I love it because it, especially in this deck, because it shows it. Here's the infinity symbol. So it's all about cycles. It's all about death and rebirth, about change, and adapting to the things that come in our life. But life is ever changing. That our plan, this path is kind of like this. It's not a straight avenue where you fall asleep and your car, with your car going straight, and you woke up an hour later and it was fine because you were still going in the same direction. Our life takes twists and turns and is an exciting adventure, and it's the way we wanted it. We wanted, things to end and new things to begin, so that we can keep making those upward movement, like in this card here. We're not staying at one level. We're moving up to the next level, to the next stage, because ultimately what our desire is to learn about ourselves, our real selves, our spirit selves, by experiencing what it's like to not be ourselves. So, we're these powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit beings, but we play this part of being, this physical, temporary type being who's only around for 120 years. I think is 120, 130 is like the maximum that most life is lived, if we live that long. But it's all about death and rebirth. And so when we're looking and going through next week, that's the kind of the emphasis, is these changes that are coming, this new awareness, this new perspectives with the sacred plan coming there for you. Yep. And then you got the Knight of Wands. So the Knight, again, the Wands is the spirit, And night is all about the actions. You see the drum, the fire, the horse is just powerful, and you see there's just all this fire and all this beautiful energy. So it's really about connecting with spirit. Our emotions are, our heart and our emotions is where we hear messages, because that is the language that they speak on the other side. They speak in whispers of love to us. That's the language, that's the frequency. So for us to get into that, vibration, we want to do things that raise our love vibration and things that quiet our fears and all that fear noise. Because the quieter it gets and the higher our love vibration, the more clearly we hear from the Creator, our loved ones, our angels, our guides, our guardian angels, all that unconditionally loving beings. That's how we hear those whispers. It just comes in so much more clear. So whatever you do to help calm and bring yourself to that calm, whether it's a walk in nature or breathing, we have all this energy coming through from this full moon tomorrow, and water signs feel it so deeply, and we delve in that subconscious where the whispers come through the subconscious into our heart. We delve in that. So the more that we can focus in on unconditional love, focus in on quieting ourselves, the more we can use that powerful energy that's coming through to really connect and really connect and really connect. Wow, it's going to be an exciting week. Got some reflecting to do, but we have such a capacity to step up to the next level in our path here. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I always appreciate any like, shares, subscribes, or comments on there. It just helps me spread the love, spread the, these love messages through these readings. So if you do that, just know that I greatly appreciate it. But as you step into this next week, I just want you to know every second, every step you take, just know that you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things. And I love you too. I'll talk to you soon. Take care.